Do you ever have a day where technology just doesn't want to work? Hello, everybody. So I'm doing this through Facebook Live, so because Zoom won't work. So hopefully you can all hear me and see me and feel me. I don't know if anyone can because I don't know whether or not the chat's going to work or anything. So we're just going to talk. We're going to make this video because we can, because it's been bugging me, because you never know when something spiritual is like hanging around as an idea or a thought or a process and it's agitating you. And you're like, you can't quite figure out the entirety of it, and you can't quite figure out whether or not, hi everybody. There's some kind of spiritual juice under the surface and that wants to talk to you. It's a really weird metaphor, and it's bothering you and you can't quite get to why, and you can't quite get to what it is that is bugging you about a certain situation. Well, I have notes. Hello everybody. Hi, welcome. So I was like, how do we witch on when we don't feel positive? And I have a lot to say about the situation that's going on in the world right now. And don't think we're going to cover all of it, but we're going to cover some of it, so we're going to go for it. And I wrote notes, so these bits that I thought I would make sure we got across. Oh, firstly, eyelashes. I managed to get my eyelashes on point today, which you can't tell because we're on this, but I'm super proud. Small things get us through the days sometimes. Also, I just want to thank my sister again, who replaced the Raven ring that was stolen from me. It's a massive thing and it keeps making me want to cry. So just a massive thank you to my sister, my actual sister, my blood sister, for doing that. She's a sweetie. So, from the book of Joey, firstly, let's be honest. This situation sucks. It's scary. It's life-disruptingly stressful. Let's not put on a false mask of positivity. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with disrespecting you and me and how we feel. I don't agree with disrespecting people at risk, those who have already died, people who have lost someone, people who are mourning, people who are grieving, those who are terrified by this situation, terrified at job losses, life loss. Hello, welcome. Let's not play like it's not serious. It is. There's a situation recently where I felt like a less of a person because everybody else was very much in a high vibe kind of place, and I couldn't, because that to me, and if I did it, would be lying. I would be lying to you people out there. I'd be lying to me, like pretending that everything is doodle-lally and I could just make a video of the top 10 affirmations to get through the coronavirus because I'm going to be fine, right? It was irking me for days. I was not okay with it. I was not happy with it. It felt dishonest. It felt dishonorable to me personally for me to show up here and pretend to you guys out there that everything is fine. I don't agree with getting into full-blown panic mode either, and we'll get to that. But I think the first thing that was bugging me is that, like, from a morganic standpoint, I was like, I don't know if I can talk about this because it makes me look like the bad guy. It makes me look mean and grouchy and against joy, which I'm not at all. And we need to find joy in these times. We 100% do. But at the same time, if I force feed you a diatribe of these are the things we're going to do to get through it, it's going to be fine. Now, I have no idea if things are going to be fine, and nor does anyone else. I don't know if things are going to be catastrophic either, and nor does anyone else. And pretending like we have this control over the situation right now is a disservice to us, to people in the world, to the situation itself. I feel like, yes, this could well be a massive spiritual awakening, like people have suggested, but trying to control that spiritual progression, trying to control the dialogue and how we perceive it to be seems counterintuitive to me, given the massive nature of what is happening. it also feels like trying to dictate on something that is way beyond us. It also feels like, now I will say this, I fully 100% understand that people out there in the world want people to tell them it's going to be okay. I 100% understand where that comes from. Now, me as a person, I'm not in that camp for a number of reasons. Like, where do people usually turn, right, when they want someone to tell them it's going to be okay? A parent figure or a grandparent figure. Well, my grandparents, the last of my grandparents died recently. That's something I'm living with, and I didn't have much to do with them anymore anyway. I don't have decent parents to turn to, so that's not a thing. So it's me. This is what I got. I'm also a trauma survivor, and I was reading this thing that Kylie, I believe, shared, and it was talking about how people who have high functioning anxiety or people who have been through traumatic events are actually doing okay right now, because they're used to their brains being in worst case scenario survival mode, or they've been through something horrendous already, so they know how to cope, they know how to survive, they know how to get through. And I 100% think that's where my brain is at. My brain is just in like warrior mode, right? We're going to get through this. We're going to find a way through. We're going to honor what the situation actually is and stop pretending it's something else. I can't show up here and pretend that everything is doodle-laddly, happy, everything's normal, woo, because it's not. And it goes against that authentic bone that's like shunted through the entirety of my soul somewhere by Morrigan, probably, that is just like, don't talk to people like they're 3. People are complicated, complex, rich individuals, and to make light of, I don't mean joking to get through it together, that's fine, but like overall making light of the situation to like make it less, so it's less scary for people, is kind of dismissing what people are actually going through. I honor what you are going through and what I'm going through and what we're all going through together. And pretending it's less, I'm not okay. I'm not all right with it. It doesn't feel right to me. I went to the damn altar and talked to Morrigan about it because I was that irritated about that feeling. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. So I was like, I don't feel right about this. This doesn't seem like, if we are thrust into spiritual leaders, right? Like, I wouldn't give myself that title, but hey, if you are thrust into that position, I can't see how that's helpful. And she was like, well, you don't want headless chickens, because headless chickens is worse, right? Headless chickens in war all gonna die. If people are in about left, right, and center, and they're not getting any kind of leadership, then something is better than nothing. And I'm looking at her like, and she's like, it's better than headless chickens. And I was like, it's false positivity, though. It's the same as Christians out there going like, and you are healed by the healing power of my hands. You're not going to catch anything because you've got faith. You're going to be fine. It's the same thing, with a different label slapped on, like 10 positive affirmations for making it through. Woohoo, you're gonna be fine. And it's just, I understand that maybe that's not the driving force behind it, but at the same time, that's how it comes off, and that's not healing, and it's not helpful, and it's not empowering. I mean, I'm saying a whole lot of definites, but whatever. See, I got to this point as well in my head, and I basically have other people's voices in my head telling me what I should and should not say on videos. Because if I get too finite, if I get too passionate, if I get too definite, then that's kind of diggly. It's not spiritual, because then you're being too definite, telling people how they should feel. And I'm like, no, I don't tell people how they feel. I'm trying to defend how people feel by telling others to just stop pretending that you can be positive in this situation if you can't. I can't. I don't know about you. Like, I see so much stress in the world, and I feel like I want to find the middle road between giving up on everything and like leaping off a bridge and like pretending it's not there. Like, we need like middle ground. We need boots on the ground. We need to honor the people who do have the boots on the ground, because they're doing amazing work right now. They're doing great work. They're doing great stuff right now. And oh wow, there's a whole load of comments that Facebook didn't show me till just now. Sorry guys, like whole load of comments just whoop. I was like, what's happening? Anyway, so I was feeling guilty for the fact that I couldn't be like this positive thing in the community, and I couldn't, and I still can't get on here. And I was like, do I make videos telling people how I would cope, or how I think we should cope, or what conversations we should have, because they're not in line with what everybody else is doing. And then you have to get to the point of saying, fuck what everybody else is doing. Where's your voice? And that was something with the more organic stuff too. I was like, well, what point did I start worrying so much that I'm not like plateau enough? I used to just get on, make videos, say how I felt, speak from the heart, video them, done. And now I've got it in my head, that's not, you know, equilibrium enough. That's not fair to everybody enough. And I'm like, I don't know that this is a situation where we need equilibrium enough. We definitely need balance. We need the middle road. We need sensible heads on and boots on the ground and doing what we need to do to get through it, because, you know, earth signs. But at the same time, false positivity is not something that I think is helpful to you or me or anybody out there. So let's stop telling people to just be positive and get through it, because we are going to honor people's stories instead. This is a story in its horror, in its death, in its pain, in its fear, in its panic, in its good parts, in its beautiful, helpful moments of community coming together and helping each other, and in the terrifying parts where community is sinking and breaking apart. This is a whole story of history, and we are here as the watchers and the tellers and the creators of the future. We know that this is not okay, right? Like, we all know that this is not normal, that something is blowing up, the world is changing. That's something we can honor. We can honor the dead who have died, and we can be angry for them. We can be angry for them because the healthcare system around the world, pretty much, but especially in the UK and especially in the USA, was not adequate. So we can be angry politically and fight back against these systems. Look for more positive change in the future. We can alchemize it into a better tomorrow, but that doesn't come with false positivity either. We can't glue a smile on our faces and say this is fine and instigate social change. Sorry, we can't. So I absolutely understand doing what you've got to do to get through it. I absolutely 100% believe, you know, we need joy, we need laughter, we need to find the good moments in every single day, because if we don't, we're going to fall to bits, and I get that. But at the same time, stop peddling false positivity when it ain't the truth. It ain't what's happening. It ain't a reflection of the world. It ain't a reflection of how 90% of people feel, I would say. I want to honor you. I want to honor me. I want to honor this situation. I'm so tired as well. Like, it feels like people saying one thing and doing another all over the shop. Like, people hoarding, that's so bad. And then secretly, you know, that's one example. Not everybody's doing that. I'm certainly not doing that. And because I know of the massive damage that certain things can do. And people are like, don't say, oh yeah, everything's going to be fine and here's how we're going to get through it together, and like underneath, you're not okay. Like, transparency in times of trauma is vital, because other people are going through this trauma, other people are suffering and crying, and you, hey, everything is fine, makes them feel that their reactions are wrong or unmerited or overreactions or whatever it is, and that's not okay either. I feel like we're at a standing point. Someone said the other day, we're at a crossroads, and I'm like, yeah, I think we are. But it feels more organic to me. It feels warlike to me. It feels like nothing is going to be the same. We're going to have to change. We are already, and we have to change. And we are seeing the outmoded chains of institutions are not okay. Exactly. Michael said our perception will change 100%. And so I feel like it's better to be honest with each other. It's better to say, you know what, this sucks. This is not okay. This is difficult. Can I talk? Can I comfort you? Now there are going to be positives of it. You know, 101 new recipes you've learned in isolation. You learned to cook something great. You took a course while you were in isolation. You educated yourself into a bigger, brighter, beautiful version of yourself. Wonderful. Absolutely great. Do something. Alchemize. 100%. That's positive. But that's positive in a proactive way rather than a mask. And I like masks, generally speaking, when it comes to magic. I think they get a bad rap. But that, no. And I feel like I want to battle call everybody into action. Do the thing that you can do to change the world today. Do the thing that you can do to stand by your neighbor who needs you. Do the thing that you can do. Put your medicine out into the world. It doesn't have to be false positivity. It can be whatever it is. Howl, scream, be real, be raw, but stop pretending. That's it. That's what I got. I was in two minds as to whether or not to make it. I made it anyway because, you know, I'm getting to the point where I realize that if I don't start talking from here, I'm going to stop talking altogether, and I can't do that. And I don't think Mama Morrigan's going to let me do it. So I'm going to read one thing to you, if I can bring it up, which I don't know if I can now because I'm living on Facebook at the same time. We'll find out. Which I think really truly embodies this message 100% for me. This is the first place I went for comfort, which was Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola. There's me looking awful on the live. Let me see if I can find the picture. I look okay in real life. Gosh, the lighting on this thing is terrible. Can I see the picture, please? Because I really want to read this quote to you guys because it just is a massive source of like inspiration right now. I'm not saying the world is going to end. I'm not saying that we can't get through it. I'm not saying that we can't be resilient together, because we can. We're all going to come through as best we can, other than those of us who don't. And I don't want to disrespect the death element either. Like Babe was all over that element, like hags hopping around the bedroom the other day. Aha! I have found it, and so we shall read it. She must shake out her pelt, strut the old pathways, assert her instinctual knowledge. And my instinct is that faking at a time like this is the worst thing that we can do. We can all assert membership in the ancient Scar clan, proudly bear the battle scars of our time. Write our secrets on the walls, refuse to be ashamed, lead the way through and out. And the way through is together, and the way out is together, and it's not pretending like this is anything less. Let us not overspend on anger. Instead, let us be empowered by it. Most of all, let us be cunning, foxy fox, and use our feminine wits. I mean, you can use whatever kind of wits you like, but you know, let us keep in mind that the best cannot and must not hide. Meditation, education, all the dream analysis, all the knowledge of God's green acre is of no value if one keeps to oneself. Another reason why that I decided to make this in the end. So come out wherever you are. It just makes me think of Lestat, but still. Leave deep footprints, because you can. You can make a difference. We can all make a difference. You are being called to make a difference. Now is not the time for platitudes. Now is not the time for it's gonna be okay. Now is the time for the rallying battle cry of you. You can make a difference today. We can all make a difference today. If we all rally round, if we all help each other through, if we all stand together, united, step by step, we can make it through this situation. And that is what is needed. That is what is necessary. Not wishy-washy platitudes, not everything's going to be okay, look how I get through my day. I mean, yeah, sure, we might all need to get through the boredom, but if you want to get through the boredom, look at the world around you, help the people that need helping, put your writing on the wall and shift and change and grow, because the world is going to need that more than ever right now. We are being called to it. You don't know how? Reach out, find out, ask. Many blessings, everybody. I'm going to go chill out now. I will put this on YouTube too, because I feel like the rallying cry is now. Many blessings.